Hello, everyone. Welcome to Power Pantaloons Podcast. This is Tanya, your holistic cancer wellness guide. And today we have with us Becky Kehoe. Welcome, Becky.
Hi, thank you. Thanks for having me here. I'm so excited.
It's very nice to have you. So, can you tell everybody what it is that you do?
Absolutely. I run a hypnotherapy school, Haven Ridge School of Hypnotherapy in Salmon Arm, British Columbia. I also have a full-time practice as a hypnotherapist and a spiritual counselor. And I do chronic healing on the side, as well as I have a lovely aura reader that I use to show people how their energy can shift. So it's an amazing process that you can visually see that. So I also find that very effective, especially with people slowly moving into their healing fields and their new ways in which they want to heal, like checking different things out.
I would love to hear more about the aura healing and do the different, like chromotherapy. You must be familiar with it, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Well, a lot of people don't know what it is. So, each color represents a different thing, and the vibrancy of the color represents whether it's more healing. If it's muted, there might be ick going on, and I would love to have a conversation about that.
Yeah, yeah. Unfortunately, the aura reading has to be done in person, so that makes it a little bit difficult for you and I to do that. But I could definitely express or explain a little bit more about how your aura changes and how that type of program works, as far as being able to tell just from your physical energy through your hands. You can see that all displayed on a screen, and all of the colors come up. I think I have a page right here. I can just show you the front
That would
picture.
be great. I would love to see that. What kind of
Let me show
technology takes that picture?
I'll just show you, sort of. So that's one person's aura after they've done hypnosis.
That's really cool.
And this is before they did hypnosis.
Lots
And
of
so you can
orange.
see the different changes in all of the different chakras.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. That's really very cool.
Yeah, so that's kind of fun. A little process. It's really effective, especially with the younger community that's starting to just understand what their energy is. And being able to actually see it live time, making those changes can help them understand hypnotherapy, pranic healing, any of those modalities. So it's a fun thing.
That's really very cool. I know some people can see the aura without technology. But not I mean, I think everybody could learn how to do it if they set their mind to it, but you know,
Yeah.
not everybody has time to learn that cool skill.
Yeah, and a really easy way to start that is just looking beside a tree, because trees let off an energy and a vibration. And if you start looking beside a tree away from the sunshine, quite often you can see that sort of um, aura that just kind of sticks out from it. So that's how I would suggest starting that process, is checking out the trees in your neighborhood.
Or look at the spot right behind somebody's head, and then you could
Yeah.
see kind of like a halo type thing, and you might get more than one color. It's really kind of neat if you want to go ahead and try that. That's a very neat thing. So I
Yeah.
saw on the one that was the before, the colors were the aura itself seemed to be orange, and then it
Mhm.
transitioned to green.
Yeah, exactly. So this particular person, after we did the full chakra healing, went from this color, and you can see how different chakras are kind of out of balance or over energized.
Yeah, a
Of
couple of
course,
them are really popping.
yeah, and to show you how powerful your mind is, within 10 minutes, every chakra is completely balanced.
Oh, and they're the right colors too. Look at that. And green. Green is a healing color. Green and blue.
Yeah, so everybody's different, of course. Everybody's colors will come up a little bit different, like the overall aura, but of course the chakras will stay somewhat the same. So yeah, it's kind of a fun process.
That's really very interesting. So,
Yeah.
can we talk a little bit about the hypnosis and how
Yeah.
that helps someone?
Yeah, absolutely. So with hypnotherapy, it's a great process in which You can do some really deep healing from the subconscious state. And what's fun about that is when we connect at the subconscious, we can kind of go around the conscious state a little bit. We're still in that consciousness, or we still have that connection to it, but we can go around it and get rid of all the conditions. And when we do that, we can directly heal from within. So working on any of the things that need to be healed right from that subconscious connection, without paying attention to what George says, or somebody in your neighborhood says, without paying attention to all the perceptions around you that might bring in the sense of smell, that might make you bypass sort of a space in which you're healing because of a perception, if that makes sense. So you're not thinking about, the grocery list today. You're not thinking about how your partner perhaps might respond to what's going on for you. You're just concentrating fully in your own energy at that subconscious state.
Well, I find that you get in your own way more often than anybody else gets in your way. So being able to sort of navigate around that it can be very transformational.
Yeah, exactly. And based on history, how did you respond last time to these words? Or how did you respond last time when you had to tell your story? And that's a big thing. We tell our story over and over and over, whether it be in our mind or to other people. And as we do that, we collect perception, we collect responses. And that responds to us emotionally, mentally, physically, and spiritually. And so if we can kind of allow that to kind of shift aside and work directly with our with anything that we want to do, whether it be positive or removing trauma or negativity, it can make a big change for you very fast.
Yeah. I so reframing something is difficult. Like if you're going about it in a more traditional sense, as in just consciously trying to change a habit or change how you talk to yourself, that takes some time. So for instance, you know, having a specific mindset about what your body is doing because you went through cancer, and now you poop when you need to poop, whether you have enough time to get to a bathroom or not, and framing that from a humiliated negative standpoint to work on now. Okay, so this happens. I can't control that this happens. I can only react to it. And instead of crying and being humiliated, I'm working very hard on being grateful that I have the body that I do have, and just dealing with the situation in a more positive mindset, and making sure that I always have with me the change of clothes, baby wipes, and that kind of stuff, and just live in a more peaceful state with it, as opposed to getting myself all dis discombobulated and crying. That doesn't help me. It doesn't help me de-escalate the situation in my head. None of that helps me. It just makes me feel like garbage. And it's a human thing. It's a human condition. And is it pleasant? No. But it literally beats the alternative. Like, if I didn't have the radiation, I wouldn't be here. So,
Mhm. Yeah. And so if you want to, we could do like a really like a not a deep trance, but a quick hypnotherapy session with you. Not a big one, but a little one, just to show you a little bit about pulling that energy out. And we could do it around that garbage. I mean, your voice really came up when you said garbage. And so we could do it around what that looks like for you.
I mean, we could certainly try it. This is a
Yeah,
public forum. This is fun.
right? Yeah. Yeah. So we won't do a quick one. This is a self-hypnosis. So this is something you can
Okay,
take with you today and use after our session today.
cool.
Cool. Okay. So what I think that I'd like you to do is just go to that, as you say, oh, what's the word that you used?
Did I use
Um,
discombobulated? That's the word I use.
discombobulated.
Is that
Yep.
the
So
word I
just,
use?
yeah. I didn't write it down, so I just wanted to make sure I wasn't putting words out there that you didn't say.
I
Okay,
love
so
that
just
word.
I love writing it because it's this big and it has a lot of different sounds in it.
Yes, it's fun to say. It's not fun to feel or be in, but it's fun to say.
Yeah. So let's go there and to that garbage.
Mhm.
Okay, so I just
Okay.
want you to notice those two words. And as you do that, just go ahead and put your hands out in front of you with your palms up like this, and you can lay them on your lap if it feels more comfortable for you. Perfect. And I love your cat. Hi.
So he's showing up. He's helping.
Yeah, he's helping. Oh, he's so cute. So just go ahead and notice that discombobulated in your body and that garbage. Wherever it shows up in your body, just be aware of that.
Okay.
Perfect. And now what I'd like you to do is just imagine taking that out and putting it in your hands, taking it out of your body, wherever you notice it, and putting it in your hands. A little more.
Okay.
Wonderful. And now I want you to just to scan your body and make sure you get all that shit out of there. If there's anything attached any place at all that you haven't noticed, take a deep breath and just notice that wherever it is and put that in your hands as well. Excellent. And now in your own words, what are you noticing in your hands?
They're heavy. They're very
Mm.
heavy
Oh, goodness.
and warm.
And warm. Okay. And is there anything else that comes forward as you notice that heavy, that warm?
Kind of like balls, like soccer balls.
Okay.
I, you asked. I don't understand it, but that's what it feels like to me. Warm, heavy soccer balls.
Yeah, wonderful. Yeah. And is there anything else that comes forward about that? Is there anything like density with those soccer balls, that warm and heavy?
Like they feel very they do. They feel very dense. Maybe they're not
Excellent.
soccer balls. Maybe they're more like puts. Shot puts. What are they called? The big heavy balls that they throw. Shot
Oh,
put.
yes.
That's it. I'm gonna say it wrong 400 times first.
Okay. Perfect. Hmm. Excellent. And if you had to put one word to all of this, to the heavy, the warm, the balls, the soccer balls, the shot put, the dense, one word to all of that, would anything come forward? Maybe an emotion or just a word?
I don't know. I'm marveling at the fact that it's now gone.
Okay.
I
Okay.
don't know where it went, but it's gone.
Excellent. Okay. So just scan your body once more and just see if that's gone any place near your body or maybe in front of you.
No, it's gone. It's
Gone.
gone.
Excellent. Perfect. Good job.
That was
There you go.
neat.
So you just took out a little bit of those words. So now when we're talking about what we spoke about a moment ago, about making sure you're prepared, how do you feel about that? When you're making sure you're prepared if you're going away from the house?
I feel more confident.
More confident.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So what I'd like you to do with that confidence is I'd like you to put that in your hands, noticing that confidence. And I'd like you to make it bigger and bigger and stronger and stronger. And perhaps noticing as it becomes bigger and bigger and stronger, a specific energy, a density, something growing in there.
So it's like a pair of cool sunglasses.
Cool sunglasses. Love it. So just go ahead and
That's my sunglasses on.
put them on. Yeah.
That's what it is. It's cool sunglasses.
Excellent. So now that you have those cool sunglasses on, know that you can go back to that anytime that you choose to. Putting those cool sunglasses on when you leave the house, when you grab your bag and you're ready to go, putting that confidence.
That's really very cool. I mean, maybe the sunglasses comes from the fact that earlier today I was listening to Audible, and one of the books that I have is it's called Alter Ego, and I wanna say who it's by, so I'm gonna check real quick who that is. So I don't remember his name right off the top of my head. By Todd Herman, and he talks about putting an alter ego, like creating a like Superman created Clark Kent. Everybody thinks that Superman's the alter ego, but it's not. It's Clark Kent so that he could blend in. It's like Kobe Bryant and is it Black Mamba, and Beyonce with Sasha Fierce, like putting that kind of energy out. And on the book, there's a pair of glasses, but so maybe that's where that came from.
Oh, I love
But
it.
I've definitely worked with energy like that before, because Power Pantaloons absolutely is part of the mindset. And I used an alter ego technique while I was going through my cancer journey. The one thing that was on my to-do list every day was to change my underwear, and I would put on a fresh pair of Wonder Woman's panties, and that's the Power Pantaloons. And it was a physical representation of me choosing to live every day.
I love
And
that.
I honestly, I think it was the difference. I think it was the difference in me being here or not being here.
Mhm. And then anchoring in all that positive energy that you created with your pantaloons. That's just beautiful. It's amazing. And now you have your cool sunglasses.
Now I got some cool sunglasses. So yeah, it's a really, really neat technique. And I think it's very cool that now I can use a self-hypnosis to do a body scan. And you just taught everybody else how to do that too. The audience
Yeah.
can you feel free to try that. That's really neat. If grab a partner if you need a partner to walk you through it, but do
Mhm.
it, try it, and see what you can pull out for yourself. See what kind of cool gifts you can give yourself. Because that was very amazing. Thank you, Becky.
Yeah, you're welcome. Absolutely. And just notice how all I did was I grabbed some of your organic language in this case. So because you repeated yourself a little bit and used that organic language, I was like, ooh, how can we change that? And so it can be that easy of noticing, what is that organic language? What is that energy that's disturbing my patterns right now? And how can we just take a minute and look at it? I mean, you literally pulled it out, noticed what it was without judgment, and it just evaporated for you.
Yeah, it really is amazing the words that you use, both internal and external, really affect how you perceive things.
Mm-hmm.
And I find that super interesting. And so, when you're writing something down, that those are still your words, you're spelling it out, you're casting a spell. Every time you speak, you are creating something into existence. So it really behooves you to think about what you're saying. And even knowing that, I can still spout stuff I shouldn't be spouting, because it's so programmed in us that it can take a lifetime to work through some of that. And just changing a few words, even a little at a time, can make all the difference.
Absolutely. And that's what I love about hypnosis as well, is often we'll move back from a particular word or a feeling, an emotion with parts therapy, and we can go all the way back to the root cause of, why is that integrated into the nervous system? Why has that created all of these physical changes that aren't necessarily appropriate? Um, and just rewriting that pattern, rewriting that story. So yeah.
Rewriting the story and then creating a new one based on changing that pattern. Yeah,
Yeah, absolutely. And then anchoring something as cool in as these sunglasses. I mean,
I
now you
know,
create a
right?
new energy of confidence, and all you need to do is put those shades on, you know?
Yes. And I'm just gonna start carrying around the pair I have. They're very cool. They have little bat wings.
Oh my gosh, you need to send me a picture after if you don't have them close by.
No, they're all the way downstairs. But they're real cute. They have little bat wings. I will definitely I'll post a picture.
Oh my gosh, I can't wait. That's great.
Like, I've always not really cared how people viewed what I was wearing or you know it's for me, right? Like my opinion's the only opinion that I need to be really focusing on. What everybody else is thinking is none of my business. That's one of my favorite quotes. That and the Henry Ford one. Whether you think you can or think you can't, you're right.
Yeah.
You know, those are my top two. I mean, there's so many really beautiful ones out there, but those really sit with me a lot.
Yeah. That's amazing. Oh my goodness. Yeah.
So yeah, yeah. So do you want to talk about the colors and what they represent, or do you
Yeah.
not? Do
Nope.
you not want to talk about it?
We both pause at the same time. Um, I could just tell you a little bit about the school program that starts in September. So I run the course in September from the 11th till October the 6th. I had to write it down to double check. Um, and so it's 30 days that you become certified as a clinical hypnotherapist. And the program's
That's
created
awesome.
so that you have 30 days to heal. So every day you're working with hypnosis, not only yourself going into sessions, but as well as practicing on others. So the way that it's set up is it's basically the entire program. You're also healing everything that needs to have those little tweaks and shifts of yourself, as well as being able to provide those services for your co-students.
Is that an online class or is it a physical class?
It's in person. Yeah. Yeah.
It's in person. Okay. And
Yeah.
that's up in, you said British Columbia? Is that what you're at?
Yeah. Seminar. Yeah,
All right.
absolutely. Yeah. And we have
Okay.
people come from all over the place. We do have accommodations available too, which is really exciting. So yeah.
That sounds like a lot of fun. I'll have to figure out how to manage a whole month.
Yeah, that would be fun. It is definitely intense. I mean, there's so much to it, and it's really rewarding watching, the students walk in the door and then just seeing all of those major shifts happen with all of the healing that they do subconsciously. And then walking out and now they're providing these services for other people right away. Yeah, it's pretty magical.
I, yes, on a lot of levels where when you learn something and you heal a little bit and then you immediately start teaching because the second you start teaching it, you're anchoring the knowledge in. Yeah. So you don't have to be that like you don't have to feel like an expert in order to teach. You just need to be a little bit further ahead than the person behind you. Like I think that's a really cool reciprocity. Am I saying that right? I think I'm saying that
Yeah.
right.
There you go. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's guidelines and etc. that you have to follow. Of course, with hypnotherapy, it's a lot of ethics, much like
Of
being a
course.
counselor in many, many ways. So, um, once you get that foundation down, it's incredible to be able to facilitate that for other people.
I think a lot of the alternative wellness modalities are based in ethics.
Mhm.
And it's not something that we talk about a lot, but I really feel that it is because you're helping manipulate somebody else's energy. So you definitely need to have their permission to be doing that. There's a lot that goes on with that kind of thing, with Reiki and the hypnotherapy and all kinds of other modalities where you're interacting directly with someone's energy.
Yeah,
And we could
absolutely.
talk for hours about ethics. It's one of my favorite subjects.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, it's some of it's common sense and some of it isn't. So, there's quite a bit about ethics even in this program, of course, it's just something that I think we all abide by and we all learn a lot about as we move into our next step of healing even.
Absolutely. I
Yeah.
completely agree with you.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Wonderful.
do you have a gift for the audience?
Absolutely. So I have a 20-minute self-hypnosis. So I'll teach you self-hypnosis as well as do a long progressive relaxation, allow you to just kind of go into that lovely energy of healing. And that's my gift to anybody who's listening today.
That's fantastic. I'll make sure that the link will be in the show notes so that they can find you, your web address and all of that, so they can find you if they want to follow up with you. I really appreciate you coming and join us here, Becky.
That was wonderful. Thank you. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. Goodbye for now, everybody.
All right. Take care.